Hello, everyone. Today's training session topic is Manual GL Journal Batch. In this training session, you will learn what a Manual GL Journal Batch is and how you can create it in the Onfinity system. The objective of this training session is to help you understand the purpose and functionality of the GL Journal Batch within the accounting process. You will be able to identify and navigate the key fields and sections of the GL Journal Batch screen. There are different fields available on the screen. You will understand the functionality of each field and learn how to modify or reverse GL Journal Batch entries. Prerequisites. You must have completed Onfinity 100, SEM 200, and Financial 200 training so that you can conveniently create entries on this screen. Configuration requirements. The organization must be defined in the system where the GL journal will be created. The chart of accounts and accounting structure must be available in the system to perform GL journal batch entries. Posting types should be configured in the system to identify the type of transaction being performed. Since GL journal entries include debit and credit accounts, the required accounts must be configured in the system. User roles and rules should be defined, and GL journal batch access must be provided to the logged-in user so they can open the screen and create transactions. General Ledger Journal Batch Overview. The General Ledger Journal Batch is a structured collection of one or more journal entries grouped together for processing in the General Ledger. It helps organize, validate, and post multiple financial transactions in a controlled and efficient manner. Each batch typically includes details such as the batch number, date, status, source, and the journals contained within it. Great Lakes Journal Batches ensure accuracy, maintain audit trails, and support streamlined financial reporting. This feature is also used for faster posting of multiple journals, easy grouping of similar or period-based entries, better control, approval workflows, reduced manual effort, and improved audit tracking. In the Onfinity system, the GL Journal Batch screen is used to manually create GL Journal batches. So let's navigate to the Onfinity system. So this is our Onfinity link, and here I have provided my login details and clicked on the login button. This is our home screen. Here, I am opening the GL Journal Batch screen from the menu, and here we have the GL Journal Batch screen. Here we can create a batch which includes multiple journals. To create this batch, first we need to select the organization in which we want to create the GL Journal Batch. The organization in which the batch is created is important because all journals will be created under the same organization. So the selection of the organization here is very important. Next is the document type, which is GL General Batch. This is the document number that will be automatically generated by the system according to the sequence provided in the document type. Next is the posting type. Posting types are selected based on the nature of the transaction. When actual data gets mismatched with the books of accounts, we need to pass adjustment entries. For such cases, the posting type selected is actual. Next is budget. If this journal batch is created particularly for budget or planning purposes, we need to choose budget. If it is for commitment posting, then while posting, it will be posted to the commitment account. For this, the posting type should be commitment. Next, we have reservation. If we want to include this GL General Batch for reservation posting, then we need to select the posting type as reservation. If it is for managerial or reporting purposes, then the posting type should be statistical. Virtual is different from all the above posting types. Here, we are taking the posting type as actual. Next is the posting category. Since we are creating it manually, the posting category is selected as manual. Here, we need to provide the description, such as month-end entries. Next, we have the account date and document date. The document date is the date on which we are performing the transaction. The account date is the date on which this record will be posted in the books of accounts. Here, we need to select the financial year for which we are creating this GL journal batch. If the GL journal includes journals for a particular month, we can select that month here. If it is for the whole year, then we do not need to select any month. Next, we have the control amount. If we want to control the total amount of this batch, meaning the batch should not exceed a specific amount, we can define it here. The system will throw an error if the amount exceeds the defined control amount when completing the transaction. Below this, we can see the total debit and total credit amounts of all the GL journals included in the batch. This also shows the current status of the GL journal batch. After filling the header details, we save the header. Moving to the GL journal section, this GL journal batch includes a group of GL journals. Here, we need to create the GL journals that we want to include in this batch. Since this is a GL journal, we select the journal type as GL journal. This entry is for the September month, so we can mention it as a September month adjustment. Here, we enter the required dates. The currency is the accounting book currency selected for the organization. If required, we can also define a control amount for this particular GL journal. After saving this journal, we need to provide information about which account is credited and which account is debited, along with the amounts. This information is entered at the journal line level. Here, we select the account and enter the credited amount. If required, we can also select a dimension type. As explained earlier in the GL journal training, if a dimension such as business partner is selected, we can distribute the amount across multiple partners at the line dimension level. For now, we are creating the journal without any dimensions, so the dimension type is selected as null. The information we have provided here is the account and the amount. If this line is related to any specific project, campaign, business partner, or billing code, we can mention the reference here. Now the line is saved. Next, we create the debit line by selecting the account that will be debited and entering the amount. We can add multiple lines, but the total debit and total credit amounts must always be equal. Now, we are creating another journal. The first journal was created for the September month, so the period selected was September. Now we will create another journal for the October month. This is how we can include entries for multiple months in a single batch and process them at the same time. This can be done only through the GL General batch, where multiple records can be processed in a single action and later posted. For the October month-end adjustment, we select the journal type as GL Journal. If required, we can also define a control amount. After saving the journal, we enter the journal lines. We click on New and enter the debit and credit amounts. This is how we have created two GL journals, each with an amount of 1,000. The total batch amount is 2,000. This is how we can create multiple GL journals and add multiple journal lines within the same batch. Once all entries are added, the GL journal batch can be completed in a single action, and the record is completed. Now we can see the GL journal batch number and the associated GL journals. The GL journals created through this batch can also be verified individually on the GL journal screen. At the header level of the GL journal batch, there is no posting button. Posting is done at the individual GL journal level. Once posted, we can see the impact, such as which account is credited and which account is debited, along with the amounts. This is how we can use the GL journal batch to process multiple GL journals at the same time. Thank you.